I haven't done a video on Grandpa Frank's Tall Tales in a while, so here's a new one about his bullshit article called, let's see, Ducks, a botched attempt to kill Trump advisor Roger Stone or send him a warning, but who's behind it? This is on Art Voice, I'll send a link. Says by Frank W. Dux, a former covert operative and world-renowned martial arts black belt. Frank Dux wrote. That should be a period, not a comma, Frank, you fucking idiot. Frank Dux wrote The Secret Man, 1996, published by HarperCollins. In his book, Frank Dux revealed some shocking details of his secret operations he carried out for the U.S. government. A slice of Dux's life is told in the world-famous martial arts movie Bloodsport, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme as Frank Dux. So, Frankie does not know what the fuck that writing is just retarded. It's Dan Harmon level. Dan Harmon, idiot Dan Harmon, not Dan Harmon, the fucking awesomest guy in the world, Dan Harmon. So the idea here is that Roger Stone was a Trump advisor, and he claims that he was poisoned using polonium, which is the poison of choice. It's a radioactive isotope that likes to be used by the KGB or FSB, whatever you want to say, Putin, all them. But he's saying, like, he has a book coming out that proves Russia wasn't behind the hack. So Frankie in this fucking article is saying he was poisoned with a Russian poison by the Democrats because he had a book coming out that proved that the Russians didn't hack the Democrats, so the Democrats wanted to make it look like the Russians killed him? That doesn't even fucking make any sense, Frankie. Why would they kill him if he's going to prove that they didn't do something? Why would the Democrats make it look like the Russians killed him for showing that the Russians didn't do anything? That's like if they said, oh, Japan hacked the DNC, and then he says, oh, no, 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 look, I have proof that Japan didn't hack the DNC, and then he gets killed with a katana, gets his head chopped off. Why would they try and kill him if he's proving that they are not the ones who are guilty? It doesn't make any fucking sense. And his fucking thing, he was never proven to have been poisoned by this polonium. He showed up on InfoWars and he said, yeah, I had all the symptoms, but I survived. There's only one drug, first of all, that is used to cure polonium poisoning. So, obviously, if there was proof that he was poisoned with polonium, he would be given that drug. But, of course, he wasn't. What else does Frankie say here? So, he talks about this thing. The real players in the arena of wet works, aka sabotage. No, Frankie, that's not what wet works means. Like, you claim to have been in the fucking CIA. You claim to be like I'm the second guy in the CIA. I'm right under Casey. Like, are you fucking retarded? Wet works is not sabotage. Wet works is killing people. It's assassination. I understand, you fucked up in your book. You didn't know what sheep dipping was. That's a more obscure term. But wet works? What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking asshole? Like, do you do any research at all? No, obviously you don't. Obviously you don't. So, he talks about all this bullshit. Let's see. And then, he said, doctors found polonium. It was not enough of a dose to kill him. Do you know what the fuck the doses are for polonium to kill someone? It's like 10 micrograms or less inhaled. And do you know how the fuck polonium needs to be transported? Like, you'll kill thousands of people if you don't transport polonium properly. It needs to be in a fucking regular, the radioactive case. Then a second case pressurized it so that you keep the radioactive material from being dispersed in air. The difference in pressure keeps it contained. you use the gloves like Homer Simpson has in the damn opening of The Simpsons, and you use rubber gloves when you're applying it to whatever you want. So, yeah, you know. But why am I telling Frank Dux this? He knows. He disarmed a nuclear bomb. I forgot. I don't know why I'm telling this expert on fucking on dirty bombs, on nuclear attacks, on everything like that. He disarmed a nuclear bomb. I should not be telling Frank Dux anything about radiation. He's the real expert here. Oh, I shouldn't even tell him about Russians. He was in Russia when he disarmed a nuclear bomb. So, oh, sorry, Frank. I shouldn't have been, I should have known where my place was on that one. Anyway, Frankie goes on and blah 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 blah. Frankie talks about fucking Ernest Hemingway. Frankie knows that Ernest Hemingway was actually killed by the CIA in one of the rare instances when the CIA kills Americans on American soil. Rare meaning doesn't happen. Because, but you're in the CIA, Frank. You were, I keep forgetting. Frankie knows all the stuff about the CIA, and I shouldn't even be correcting him. So, Ernest Hemingway died. He shot himself with his shotgun in Ketchum, Idaho. And then someone said, "I wish that shotgun was my penis." And then Beth said, "If it was, you can call me Ernest Hemingway." And then Jerry said, "I don't get that, and I don't have to." So Frankie says Ernest Hemingway was shot in the side of the head, and it was made to look like a suicide. The thing is, Ernest Hemingway was actually caught a few days before with the same shotgun pointed at his head, and his wife caught him and had him admitted into a mental institution, or I think he actually was at the Mayo Clinic. So he went through a few different things for that. He was put on drugs. He was in electroconvulsive therapy, all that kind of stuff. Came back and, did it again, dressed up in his fancy clothes, and shot himself, Frankie says, in the side of the head. People who actually were there say that he shot himself right in the forehead, because if you shoot yourself in the side of the head, then the Rick and Morty joke doesn't make sense, and we all know that all Rick and Morty jokes make sense. So, Frankie, if the CIA was so bad, why'd you work for them? For real. That there's nowhere else to go with this thing. It's like I start talking, Frankie gets more and more stupid. He's a fucking retard. And somehow he still gets to write stuff down. Anyway, go to the article and feel free to just tell them what a dickhead Frank Dux is, how he is a complete liar, and if you want, you could always ask them, since he's so great, ask him to tell the story about him disarming that bomb, because that would be great. You know who would love that, Frankie? You should write that for the Russians. They're really nice people, and they would love to have someone talk about that. This guy's such a fucking idiot. I'm done. I can't even deal with it. Fucking retard. Oh my god.